This won't be like most of my game reviews more than it is a connection, and there are many spoilers between Misao and Mad Father. If you want to play the game first, play them before watching this. The download link is in the description for both the games. If you want to continue anyway, or you've already played the game and you're ready to go, I'm going to start. So if you haven't already known, Misao and Mad Father are both made by the same creator, Sen, Wolf RPG editor, which makes it very easy to link both of the games into one world. But what we want to know is, could there be a possibility of them both being the same world? Think about it. Let's start with Mad Father. If you were to consider Maria evil, how was she made that way? A hidden backstory tells you that she started out poor, and the Mad Father took her to his home to eat. There he discovered that Maria had a well talent for healing people, therefore she lived there to kill and inspect others like the Mad Father does. So long story short, she was depressed, found what she was looking for, and then became evil. As for Aya and the true ending, she ran away after setting the mansion on fire with Snowball and Maria by her side. They moved into a small house that worked as a clinic, and as it turns out, Aya takes after her father again. Long story short, she was depressed as a kid, found what she was looking for, and then became evil. Now, these both are similar to each other, but we're still not being connected with Misao. So moving on, the next thing I want to say is about Ogre. He's the character who's quite tall, pale, supposedly a monster, but we don't know. He seems like he's able to jump into different worlds, and he's talked to both games, Misao and Mad Father, before. In the new world of Misao, if you didn't already know, there's a possibility that they could have warped into the world of Mad Father, because, in the beginning of the game, it seems like around planet Earth, somewhere in China, but as the game moves on, you find out that when Misao's gone and everything warps, you're in a different time void. Remember, the principal is different too, so are all the students, and in the end of the game, the principal's gone. Ogre isn't there anymore. So, now comes the creepy part. If you had all the gems of Mad Father, you got the ending where Aya lives until she, per se, for now, dies of old age, or naturally. Going back to when the Mad Father died, Ogre called to him and said something along the lines of letting him have his own lab where he may experiment to his heart's content, which was honestly pretty nice of him considering he tried to murder his whole family. In the gem scene, he's depicted as a hunched-over man with purple hair. The lab is somewhat just like the one where Yoshino dies of Misao. If that isn't creepy enough, you might want to take a second look at who killed her, with a chainsaw in hand. There you have it. Yoshino even quotes herself that she doesn't want to be his next test subject. Could this mean that Misao and Mad Father worlds just crossed?